Oh, on a day like today, you could do anything, couldn't you? Ah, right. Ooh, what shall I do? What shall I do? Of course. Start, stop, unavailable. Check engine. Well, I know there's an engine here. I can hear it. I suppose we better have a look at the old codes. Right. It looks like the EGR has finally given up. So after clearing the codes and rescanning, this is what we're left with. Yes, so that 48722 that you've got there at the top, that to me says EGR valve is dying or dead. The other two are as a result of that. It's not, you know, this ain't going to go away by just sort of, you know, resetting, restarting, what have you. This is going to continue. And the van runs fine. You know, the van will drive with the aero light on and what have you. What we've got here is a good case for, yeah, okay, this EGR is finally shuffled off its mortal coil. So the only real way we can sort of fix all this, you know, is let's change the EGR valve. Yeah. It's a good thing I got one by there, isn't it? You know? It's almost as if I knew this was coming. Let's have a crack. So usual sort of thing, we've got to make all of this come out of there to get to this bit round the back here. Now we're doing this on the drive, we're not in the workshop. We've got a limited selection of tools, i.e. what's in my toolbox and what I carry in the van. So this is what we got going on. So let's do there. We're going to go back down there, we don't need to worry about, you know, the EGR, if I remember rightly, because I've slept since we've been in here last, is that bugger down at the back there. So it's not easy to get to no matter what happens, but having this and this out of the way does make a difference. Might even move this, don't know. But let's get this out, let's get that out, let's keep moving forward like a shark. Come on, go handle. Oh. Let's go put this on boil. I thought for a minute I might have left my impact in the boot of the other car, but I haven't. I've been a good boy and put it all away. You don't have to take this out, it just makes it easier in my opinion. Oh yeah, there you go, that's that one there. Oh sure. Been alive. So I'm going to remove that bolt down there, these two here, that bolt down there, move that out of there, because I'm not taking that clip off there. We'd be able to pull that out of the way then. Powered ratchet would be absolutely brilliant here right now, because it would just eat this. No problems. There you go. 15 minutes to undo one bolt. Right. Awesome. Yes. Remove the vacuum pump. Right, now, do we want to take the throttle body off? I think we do. Right, throttle body. We'll give that a bit of a clean out after. Right, so the EGR is here. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the new valve just to sort of match things up. Yeah. Oh, what was that? Oh, EGR valve gasket. Expensive here. Right. Now, unfortunately, I bought this some time ago because I was planning on doing this. And it's aftermarket, you know, I think it was about 35 quid. So, you know, my hopes are not massive, but yeah, it looks about right, yeah. This has got a funny arrangement because it looks as if there's a bolt holding it on. It's not, it's only holding the gasket on. Torx, top, and there's a bracket with a cable on it in the way down here, which is just stupid because you've got to remove this cable here. And I think what I did previously is I did that to get at the bolt that's there. Now I can't remember for the life of me what those are. Are they Torx or are they hex? Find out now. See, again, this is another thing that power ratchet would have absolutely eaten alive. Right. There we go. Now I've untightened, sack off. The bolts are holding this thing on. Oh, cramp. Oh, we got it right. It was a T27. Might even be a T30. But, you know. Oh. Right, okay. Unclipping it from the loop. We'll try and do just that. Yeah. There we go. Right. Is there another bolt? Have we missed a bolt anywhere? I don't think we have. Well, it doesn't want to come out. Where's the other one? See 2 bolts there. That sits in there like that. It goes in quite a way. You've got to move it out this way. Moving it this way and that way won't do a lot. You've also got to go back in there and make sure that this comes out with it. That is the gasket that we replaced last time. Obviously we're not we're going to be replacing it this time. Now I'm just running my finger around inside the recess to see if there's any big lumps of crap in there that are going to cause us any sealing problems, and there doesn't appear to be. Well, they wouldn't, because we've not unrecently. That valve is a direct replacement, albeit a third-party valve, aftermarket valve, whatever. Oh look, it's christened now, it's covered in oil. We put a little bit of silicone around the plate. There's a gasket on there that we took off and resealed, and what we did is we put a little bit, there was silicone on there and it's pushed out into there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny bit of RTV around that there to kind of go back in where that was, because it obviously worked. So one of the things I've done recently is I bought a load of little small tubes of RTV. Those little tubes, you use them, you might use a quarter of it, you might use a third of it, you might use half of it, but you're going to throw this away, you might as well throw a smaller tube away, innit? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a very small amount of sealant around that there, just to cushion that out and just make sure that because you've got another gasket in there, like I said. So I'm not taking that off because that'll leak water everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, this is proper RTV, this is. Ooh. It's what I like to do. You don't have to do this. This is not what I'm saying you should do. It's just that I'm doing it. Right, so that can go. Oh, God, after all that. You mustn't forget this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the hole, flush up against the bit where it should be. And you've got to do this by feel. I could get the boroscope out and...
Giggity giggity, giggity goo. Stick around.
Okay. So that should now offer up to the hole, slide in, and it should sit flush if you've got the gasket right. If you haven't, well, back out, have another go. Right, so T27 bolts, get them started. And of course my hands are covered in goop, so click, click. Right, that's that valve in there. We're going to clean this off. Nah. Click. 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 Gotta go easy on those. Plastic manifold. Right. Just trying to think if we've missed anything. No. And click. These do not need to be tight at all. Well, they've obviously got to be tight, but click. There we go. There we go. Done there, done there, done there. Must remember to plug new EGR valve in. Now, before I put half the other stuff back in and get to that stupid bolt there, I'm going to put the battery in it and I'm going to check the error code has gone permanently or will disappear permanently. Let me just go and get the lightning cube off boil. Oh, just chuck that in there like that. Oh, I do hear you. You on there like that. You on there like, everything goes wee. Right. Now they're all history, which is good news. Yes. No trouble codes. Confirm. Okay. Lovely smooth idle. So that's up to temp now. What a good look. Can't see any leaks. Put it all back together. Now, there should be a cold start. I've had a few cycles. I've got up the temperature. I haven't driven it. But, no beeping. That's all good because we cleared the codes from the original. Engine control module. Read DCTs. Absolutely nothing. Now, I don't know what any of that actually means, but I don't have to, because all I know is that it's all there and it's all functioning. Oh, so that's one good thing. There are no codes. I'm going to call that fixed. So, that's your EGR valve changed. Didn't take long, did it? It's not a complicated job. It's slightly annoying in some aspects, but it's not the end of the world, is it? And you can do it on your drive with just a socket set, spanners, and you mustn't forget that all important T27. Yeah. Like, subscribe, all that jazz and everything else. Loads more content coming up on the bike, the Panda, and this thing. This thing's got a lot of work out of it shortly, because we're going to be changing a few more bits in here. Or perhaps actually what's going to happen is I'm just going to wait till it breaks, you know, kind of like this. Anyway, catch you on the flip side.
It's alright, that.